Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? So, man, I got a tough one right here, and it's probably going to ruffle some feathers. So, you're going to want to stick around and listen to this because it's going to help you improve your life 100%. And first off, I want to tell you to like and subscribe to the channel down below, please. And I want to talk about why depression these days is so bad and why so many people are feeling depressed or say they have depression. And a lot of people don't like to hear this because it's a touchy subject, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you that a lot of people want to use that depression word as a crutch. Okay? And I'm not going to say that you don't feel depressed, but you don't have depression. You just feel depressed. Okay? And there's a reason for that. There's multiple reasons for that, but I want to tell you there's big ways that you can change this. But first, I want to tell you to take the edge off a little bit that it's not your fault. It really is not your fault. It wasn't my fault either. I went through these same feelings, these same things. I had a tough life. Very tough. Okay? So I went through moments of depression. All right? And it wasn't my fault either, as well as it's not yours. And the reason it isn't is because we have been programmed to feel this way. We have been programmed. The things that they have pushed in the people's faces is all things to make us vibrate at a low level. Okay? And I want to tell you this. So, the number one reason is bad habits. Okay? And bad habits is a really broad thing. It's not just one thing, obviously. Bad habits is many, many things that accumulate. Okay? And the government, they have all these fast food places. They have all this negative news. They have TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and so many social medias, all these distractions that are temporary dopamine highs. And what I mean by that is dopamine is what is the cells in your brain that make you feel good, that make you feel happy. It's the happy cells in your brain. The same things that taking a drug can do for you or alcohol can do for you. That while you are under the influence, it's giving you that temporary high. And you feel like you're on top of the world and you're feeling great and feeling good, right? But what happens when you come down? When you come down from that, you feel worse than you did beforehand. And that's because those fake temporary dopamine highs take you higher than you usually are. And then when you come back down, you actually come back down lower than the level you were at before. And like bad food, unhealthy food is the same way. If you ever wondered how you see people on like that show, My 600 Pound Life, like how do they get like that? It's an addiction too. They're addicted to dopamine hits. Now what that is they're addicted to eating the quick fast food because the fast food has chemicals in it that cause your dopamine to rise, that cause you to want more, that cause you to be addicted to it. And people don't even know this. And a lot of people eat it every single day. And then if you smoke cigarettes, that also is every time you smoke a cigarette, you're getting that temporary dopamine hit. And then when you come down from that, it makes you more tired. You might not notice it until you pay attention. And you start taking all these things in and you start adding them together. And another one is like masturbating. That's a quick fix, quick temporary dopamine high. So it might feel good when you first start. It might feel good during, when you're watching porn and stuff like that. It might all feel good at the time. But then when you're done, guess what? You come back down lower and lower and lower. Think about all these things that I have named off now. All these things that people do all day, every single day. And their dopamine levels keep dropping lower and lower and lower because they do it every single day. And every single bad habit is like that. And that's why the government, they promote things like these, like TikTok. Those quick reels that might make you feel some type of way real quick, or make you think about something real quick, and then it changes your mind real quick, and then you're thinking about something else, and then it changes your mind real quick and you think about something else. That's dopamine hits, telling your brain to go like this, up and then down, up and then down. So when you come down from that, you begin to feel depressed, especially when you start stacking all these negatives on top of negatives. And that's why they're always pushing these things. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of it's not our fault, because the people before us have done it and they taught us to do it. The people that we've watched raise us or grow up or whatever, and I'm not saying that those people are bad people. That's what I'm saying, is that we're programmed to think this way. We're programmed to just do things this way. And I keep talking about ways that you can fix it, which the ways that you can fix this is cutting off one thing at a time, one bad habit at a time, and then you need to start replacing it with good habits. Like when you start working out and eating healthy and going to the gym. Now these are long-term dopamine highs. These are all natural dopamine highs because they're healthy. They're healthy things that you are doing for your mind, body, and soul. And when you stack healthy on top of healthy on top of healthy on top of healthy, positive things, keep stacking them on top of one another, then you will take away all those low, down, depressed moments, and you will raise your bar up higher. And you will keep your bar up there if you make it your lifestyle, and you just keep repeating the pattern over and over and over. All right? So I just want you guys to realize that people don't think that these things are serious enough and that these really cause these effects. They don't realize this, but you can look every single one of them up if you want to. And not only that, I've broke through this. I've already went through this, and in my own life, lived my life. I've done them all. I've done all the things that I have spoke about. Anything that I will ever speak about is things that I not only have went through, but went through and came out the other side. You know what I mean? And really that's all I'm trying to do, is help others understand. Because I know that God's always played a big part in my life, and he's always kept me aligned with my purpose, at least in my mental. Even when I was making mistakes and I was going down the wrong path, eventually he would pull me away from it and steer me in the right direction. And I remember when I was younger and I was running around doing all I did was drink and smoke weed all day. And then when you play video games, that's another temporary dopamine high. That's why people that play video games for hours and hours and hours tend to be depressed. And they just sit around and play video games for hours and hours and hours. And then since they're in the middle of playing a game, they're just eating junk food because it's quick and it's easy to grab right there. So you just keep stacking these negatives on top of each other every single day. And it builds up compound interest. Compound interest. Small actions that accumulate over time and cause long-term effects. So I just wanted to make this video so that I could help y'all better to understand of what is really going on, man. And when I started adding up all this stuff in my head that I had went through, and all because I've always been a goal setter, and I've always been the type of dude that wants to be a healthy person and do as good as I can mentally, physically, any way that I could. So even when I was making mistakes, and when I used to do drugs and drink all the time and stuff like that, like it would make me feel good while I was doing it. I was addicted to the dopamine hits. But any of you that have been on these things, or that have done this thing over and over and over and over, how do you feel? How do you feel when you come off of it the next day? Or how about even the next few days, or the beginning of that week? Especially if you stack more things that are bad for you on top of it. So you get drunk, and then you eat shitty food, and then you feel all down, and so now you're doing something because you feel down. Now you want to smoke weed all day to make you feel better, and I'm not saying anything against like smoking weed and stuff like that. I'm not trying to judge anybody for what they're doing, because like I said, I've done every bit of it before. But I made it out the other side, bro. And I'm just letting you know that if you are someone that is like me, that doesn't want to feel depressed. Who wants to feel depressed? You don't want to feel depressed. You don't want to feel low energy. You don't want to have anxiety all the time. You don't want to be in bad moods all the time and stuff like that. I'm letting you know that this is the number one reason. That's the number one reason, is how you're taking care of you. The way you're taking care of yourself is a direct reflection of how you feel inside. 100%. Now, there's other things in your past that also play a role in it, and that's it. But the beginning of it is you and what you're doing right now to solve the problems that you have and that you're having inside. It's an internal battle here. Once you fix in here, in your heart and in your mind, that's when everything flips, man. And you start to realize these things that, man, you look back on, you're like, phew. And here I was upset for people telling me this stuff. Or here I was defending these bad habits that were literally ruining my life, ruining how I feel inside, taking away my joy, taking away my happiness, taking away my energy. All these temporary bad things they're just sapping your good energy out of you. And that's why. And I get so tired of seeing it for the right reason, though. Like I love people, and I like to see people winning, and I want to see people in good moods, because people in good moods then do bring the good mood outside to the public, where we all got to be around each other. And instead of walking around like a zombie and in a bad mood and just attitude all over the place and not being able to control it, and it's the inside that is reflecting out on others. Okay? So if you want to be a better person and you want to grow, just take this message seriously, please. Do it for you. Do it for all of us, because that's what I did. And I'm telling you right now, man, once you align that Once you align what you're doing and how you feel in your core, and you change those bad habits into good habits, man, you're going to be so blessed, and you're going to be so thankful that somebody told you this so that you could fix these issues. Just chip away at them. You ain't got to drop cold turkey, drop them all at once. Do the most serious ones that are causing you the most grief and the most challenges and the most depression, or whatever the case may be. The most serious, and then work your way down to the easier ones. Knock out the hard ones right away, because those are the ones taking the biggest toll. All right. So I just wanted to spread this to y'all, man, and I just want to tell you guys, stay happy, stay focused, stay blessed, and please, if you found value in this video, like it and subscribe it, and I'm going to keep dropping them bangers.